How goes the family? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hope you guys been having a great and exceptional day. Thursday, let's get it. This is our usual time. It's going live and all that good stuff. So let's get into it. I've talked about on a multitude of occasions how a job can stand for not all jobs, but a job can stand for just over broke if you don't know how to make money while you're sleeping. It's just what it is. 30 years ago, that wasn't so, but in today's world, it is very much so. It is alive and well. And, it's not even, to be honest with you, it's not even really up for debate, but some people want to debate it and that's their business. But my mindset is if there's any way that you can make money in your sleep or make more money in your spare time, because I always knew how to make money in my spare time, not make it in my sleep. Um, growing up, that's how money was discussed. It was never talked about from an investment standpoint. It was never talked about from you work and you save some money and you buy stuff and you pay bills. That's usually how money was discussed for me growing up. So that's why, the saying from Warren Buffett, if you don't know how to make money in your sleep, you will work till the day you die, is the guy's honest truth. All right. And for a lot of people, the only way that they can make money is by actually working specific hours. So, hey, my mindset is, there's more hours than in a week than just 40 hours. So, hey, why not have a side gig? And in a sense, if you're able to be put into the 1099 club in certain instances, you can actually be able to get more money back on your taxes and whatnot. But I'm not giving out financial advice. Always consult a financial professional, a certified one, and go from there. I just noticed since I've moved I'm in both parties in the W-2 and 1099 club. Therefore, I'm able to, leverage my taxes in a specific way. It's a win-win situation. But check this article out the other day because we are living in a time where it's become easier to make extra money on the side than it ever has been in any time in history, if we're going to be real about it. And, from your Ubers to your Lyfts to your Grub Pubs to your Door Dashes, there's a lot more other lucrative side hustles that one can have. A lot of times people turn the side hustle into their full-time hustle, but we can start off with another because a lot of people have been getting into, and I give a lot of respect, especially seeing brothers and sisters that have been out there doing this. A lot of lawn care professionals, a lot of them, in certain instances, they actually charge $55 an hour. Okay, and you can sign up with a vendor known as Green Pal, and that's a lawn care service app that the CEO Brian Clayton describes as an Uber for lawn care. Hey, you learn something new every day. I did not realize there was an actual Uber for, there's an Uber for everything nowadays when you really think about it, not just for getting you from point A to B or getting food delivered and things of that nature, but there's an Uber for everything. So if you are, in the landscaping business and looking to get some extra work, check out Green Pal. They might be able to help you out. All right. Another one is TaskRabbit. TaskRabbit is a way to earn money by completing everyday errands and tasks for people in your area. All it takes is a visit to taskrabbit.com, where you can select tasks you're willing to accomplish. After getting matched with individuals requesting service, you can proceed to doing the job and getting paid. So check out TaskRabbit. Like I said, it's interesting stuff. There's so much stuff out here that a lot of people don't realize, and they that ways there's so many ways people are making extra money nowadays, especially in today's pandemic economy, that I don't see why not checking it out. I don't see why there's anything wrong with that, because so many people's like, well, I don't want to get a regular job. Well, here's your opportunity to get an irregular job in a sense. All right. But anyways, a frequent flyer specialist. Now this one got me, but I liked it. Frequent flyer specialists can make about $80 to $150 per project. Yeah, all right. So this actual side hustle is a frequent flyer specialist. It's perfect for those who travel often and understand how to maximize frequent flyer miles to receive the best side deals. So hey, if you like to travel a lot and you want to be able to make some money while you travel, you might want to check out becoming a frequent flyer specialist. Like I said, who would have thought, right? And the thing is, you have to be experienced frequent flyer specialists can charge clients from not even up to $150 per for planning just one itinerary according to a profile of a frequent flyer specialist on budgets, as budgets are sexy and whatnot. So check, Google frequent flyer specialist, see what you come up with. All right. And you'll be able to check out, 50 cities where you need to, do your side hustle and just be able to go from there. All right. Anyways, bookkeeper. Average salary for a bookkeeper is $30 an hour. With this side gig, it actually it can pay not only that $30 an hour and whatnot, but according to Flex Jobs, your duties could include performing bank reconciliations, payroll needs, and creating financial reports, providing bookkeeping services to more than one company. Once you can increase your earning potential. And there's so many ways of, because we're in such a mobile world right now, like notary republics, that's a big thing right now, mobile notary republics. So there's so many situations where people, especially once they get certified in a specific field, they have an opportunity to get contracted with major or smaller companies to do specific jobs that they don't actually want to hire employees for on a full-time basis. So something to check out. City guide writer can make up to $40 to $500 per project. And what a city guide writer is if a person is very passionate about where they live at, and a lot of times you even go on YouTube and you'll see, or any other podcast format, you see people talking about the major cities that they live in, and the pros and cons. I remember before I visited Seattle, I Googled what's the pros and cons of Seattle, and this one guy who's from Seattle, gave a nice, great, detailed 20-minute video as he walked around the city talking about the pros and cons of the city. So actually interesting. But, this is actually, if you have a passion for writing, you actually be able to write. According to a Business Insider, real estate and tourism businesses often hire local writers to craft city and neighborhood guides. As a city guide writer, you would provide a unique local perspective on city statistics about population, demographics, and insider tips for shopping, recreation, culture, entertainment, activities, public transportation, and more. So if that's something you're interested in, you might want to check it out. Like I said, there's money, whether it's a business or a job, there's money to be made out here. And that's why I'm talking about this. All right. But anyways, I digress. All right. Online instructor can make about $30 an hour, where, if you're a person that likes to share your knowledge with the world remotely on your own, on your own schedule. And people love the idea of being able to do things on their own schedule. That's why the idea of the regular 9 to 5 things, people don't want to be involved with that anymore, because they love being able to have the pandemic taught us about having the freedom of having our own schedule. It is what it is. And online instructors, I mean, and this isn't nothing new. I mean, heck, you've had online, most freaking colleges, they call them adjunct professors and whatnot, people who are contracted, and they do work online as a professor, and they teach a multitude of courses online. And this has been happening way before the pandemic. I'm just sure with the pandemic, it just intensified tremendously. All right. Fashion consultants make up to $50 to $500 an hour. Fashionistas, they have the eye for current trends or what might be considered to be popular. And a lot of times fashion consultants, they're contracted to do work for various clienteles or various events and whatnot, things of that nature. And they pick out specific wardrobes. I know the first I heard of fashionistas was in New York and Los Angeles. And I even saw advertising for this. This was back in the day, but it's still a big thing, if you're in those kind of areas. And I can imagine that this is big in Vegas and places like Atlanta, because that's just, to me, that's like New York / LA number 2 and 3, at the end of the day, or 3 and 4, however you want to look at it. But where there's a lot of things happening from a fashion standpoint, entertainment standpoint, all those things, so it's to me, it's very interesting. So it's just one thing to look at. Sign language instructors. I've always, the ones I've known, they make a killing. The average salary is $30 an hour, and sign language instructors are everywhere, from educational institutions, private institutions, government institutions, whatever have you. And, if you're a licensed sign language interpreter hired by businesses and entities, facilities, communication. I mean, you've seen it with politicians. They're everywhere, and they make a good living, and they provide a great service all at the same time. Curriculum writer, if you're a teacher looking to start some sort of a side hustle, there's actually places that will pay professionals to write specific curriculums for specific subject matters, and that can make up to about $50 an hour, according to Flex Jobs. So very interesting. Education training specialists. I mean, heck, you see people who are not certified educational specialists, but everybody's coming up with their own courses nowadays because the kind of education that's actually being begged for and needed outside of the regular classroom. I heard a statement today, and I had to agree with the statement. It said the idea of education is not bad. However, the information a lot of times that's implemented in the education system is not as useful today as it used to be 30 to 50 years ago, because the way that the world operates, especially from a business standpoint and a skill standpoint, a lot of times certain curriculums are just not teaching it. That's why you have so many online platforms throughout the YouTube sphere, the Twitter sphere, the Instagram sphere. They have so many classes because they're experts in specific subject matters, whether it's real estate, whether it's insurance, whether it's event planning, whatever have you, any sort of business, car washing, trucking, and they're creating their own courses because they're like, hey, I'm going to give you my opportunity to take this kind of training for a decent price, and it'll save you a lot of time and it'll save you a lot of money because you'll be able to make less mistakes and be able to learn from the professionals. It's like paying for online mentorship in a sense. So, hey, I definitely approve it. I'm all for it. I think it's a great friggin' thing. You even have people that are executive assistants on the side, and they can make it up to $38 an hour. A lot of remote executive assistant positions that are being listed on various platforms, some Monster Jobs, the Career Builders, and people with this kind of great experience is needed in a big way, especially if these people can work from home. So that is becoming a growing thing, especially as more and more commercial buildings are going to become vacant, given the fact that more companies are just used to people working from home. So, it makes it a win-win situation. This isn't anything new. A consultant can make up to $100 an hour. It just depends on what kind of consultant you are, because various billion-dollar corporations hires a multitude of consultants. A lot of times they even love to hire efficiency consultants in order to cut the workforce in half, or just to be able, or they have the efficiency consultants to make the work better, and therefore they can increase productivity, and therefore they can increase profitability and all that good stuff. So, and then try to make the work environment even better. So, that's definitely nothing new. Lead generation specialists, companies and business development teams hire these specialists to find qualified and generate leads. It's a gig that could pay up to about $30 an hour, according to Flex Jobs. And I could just see that growing in a big way. NetSuite administrators can make up to $70 an hour, and these usually a software program. Now, people who have knowledge of software programs and use companies to manage their business processes in a single system, and they can provide a lot of valuable needs in terms of side gigs and potentials. These administrators can provide a number of tasks, including creating custom fields, reports, KPIs, developing workflows, and designing, implementing NetSuite solutions. So definitely something to look forward to. Like I said, there's so much outside of just, most people, when they think of side hustle, they just think of Uber and Lyft, and they think of Grubhub and DoorDash, but there's so many other side hustles out there. I mean, heck, one could be contracted for darn near anything. I mean, heck, even people that have their own dog walking services, people that have their own, there's even people contracted to clean up animal, basic animal poo. I'll just put it like that. But I've seen those kind of trucks. They go to various different pet shelters and they actually clean up after the animals and whatnot to make sure that the animals living in a great, safe and clean environment. Or they go to different animal hospitals, or they go to different animal daycares. I've seen, and even one time I talked to the one guy. He was like, "Yeah, me and my brother had this business for the last 10 years and whatnot. It's been pretty profitable. They service the whole DMV area, so they have a bunch of trucks and they go around cleaning various different areas. So it's, like I said, you can get contracted for darn near anything nowadays, if we're going to be honest with you. Social media marketing specialists can average up to $30 an hour. And I could definitely see this constantly being a growing trend, because most businesses they're putting their leads, whether they're big or small, they're putting their ads out on social media. That's how social media even exists. Facebook wouldn't exist, and Instagram wouldn't exist, and Twitter wouldn't exist, and Google wouldn't exist if people weren't putting ads out there, because that's how they make their money. So, and that's just what it is. And every entities all across the board have their own social media profile, and they're putting out specific information, whether it's good or positive, but they're putting their brand out there so that the world knows who they are and what they do. And they need people who are specialists to do this, and they can make up to $30 an hour. So, like I said, I think it's a beautiful thing. Let's see. It's going to go over a couple more because it's going into a lot of IT specialists, and they've always been in high demand. It's not a big deal. DJs can make up to $42 an hour, and I could definitely see DJs, with the world opening up back again, growing in a bigger way, especially with the pandemic. You had a lot of DJs. Before the pandemic, you had a lot of DJs that had a huge social media followings. However, DJs quadrupled their social media following during the pandemic because they had more time at home, and a lot of times people were actually having online parties. And in certain instances, DJs were actually able to put their up their ante on their prices, because for the people that were still having parties and still wanted to DJ, they actually were like, well, hey, I'm not going to come out unless I'm getting paid XYZ. So that, they had to create their own special terms. And then you even had these pop-up DJs. The first time I saw pop-up DJs was actually when I went to Las Vegas back in 2014. And DJs were actually, they have their own little, it looks like a food truck and whatnot, but it's like a DJ truck and whatnot. And it's not only just having the equipment and whatnot, but they can set up darn near anywhere as long as they can get access to power, and they can just set up and have a little party. They call it the pop-up DJ truck and whatnot. So, that's I can see that becoming way more of a bigger growing thing, especially as people have gotten used to having more house parties and things of that nature. Another one is online reseller, which averages a salary of $46 an hour. And these people, basically, they have an eye for a bargain, and they can make you rich as a reseller, whether you're passionate in clothes, shoes, or something more obscure. Selling items for more than what you actually paid for them on eBay, Craigslist, or apps like Poshmark can be a lucrative side gig. So a lot of people do this, and great. The article even talked about Alexandra Marquez, a thrift store pro who resells the items she finds on Poshmark, to told Business Insider that she left her $50,000 a year corporate job at a marketing company to focus on her reselling business full time, and she now makes $5,000 a month. So it's all how you want to look at it. It's all in how you want to put your perspective. Hey, what's going on, Chris? And you just go from there. So that's my mindset. But at the end of the day, there's so many ways that people can make money out here from a jobs perspective and a business perspective. It's all about what you want to do at the end of the day. So hey, Chris, if you want to chime in, brother, please do before I get off, brother. Hopefully all is well with the family. But yeah, there's so much money to be made out here, and it's just about what you want to do and your mindset and the people that you surround yourself with all at the same time. I can't put it any other way. Because it's not always just the economy. It's not always the skill set. It's the mindset. It starts there. And if your mind ain't right, then your grind's not going to be right. I don't care who you are, education, state, country you live in. If your mind's not right, your grind's not going to be right. And that's just what it is. So hopefully you guys have had a great night. It's been a great day. And things are getting a lot more busier, but I'm happy about it. And at the end of the day, just do the great 3 free things, family. You like, you share, subscribe. Always greatly appreciated. I actually got some orders to fulfill tonight, so I'm very happy about that. Don't forget to check. Speaking of which, don't forget to check out the online store. That's what Larry's Anything Goes is all about. We sell a variety of products, and we go from there. But on that note, Chris, thanks again for tuning in, brother. Like I said, if you want to chime in, that's cool. But if not, it's all good, because I know he's a busy man as well. I am out, and I will see y'all on the flip side. Let me get my music going. It has been a great day. Always greatly appreciate the love, family. So thank you guys for tuning in. All I ask is you like, share, and subscribe. Oh, there you go. What's up, brother?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you holding up, man?
Doing good. Yourself?
Oh, pretty good, man. I see you really getting your Rick Ross on.
Yeah,
I guess all you do is win, 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 no matter what, right?
have to.
I know that's right, man. How's everything down there? Good old hot smoke in San Antonio.
Pretty good, man. Like it's still hot, so that's not going to change. But life is good.
Well, I can't wait to see you next month. I will be driving from good old I'll be driving from Houston down to San Antonio for the first time, so that should be interesting.
Okay, yeah, it's about, like I said, 2.5, 3 hour drive, depending on how fast you drive.
Yeah, because I looked it up on Google Maps. I said, oh, that's the only reason why I'm coming. I was like, wait a minute, it's this freaking close. I'm like, I thought it was like 4 hours away. So I'm like, let me go there for a couple of days. I'm gonna be out there for a week. So I said, yeah. So let me come out there for at least 2 days and check Chris out and finally go see the Alamo and
I got a few spots you want to check out, man. It's definitely the stuff they don't promote on TV. So
yeah. Show me. Yeah, you're the local now, so show me. Okay, I just make sure I get some good soul food and some good Mexican food, and we good.
Oh, we got that. We got it. I think Tex-Mex is like right down the street from my house.
Okay, perfect. That's a win-win situation. Yeah, because that's one thing I always do when I go to Texas. I get some good food. It's always the best of the best. And heck, I can't speak for San Antonio, but I know in Houston there's a restaurant, a good restaurant on every freaking corner. I mean, matter of fact, it's funny. One of my friends told me, he's a big dude. He said, yeah, Houston's considered like the fattest city in the country because they have so many great restaurants.
Well, wait till you get here. You'll understand the difference.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it. I'll put it like that, man. But how's business? Everything going good?
It's going well. I'm actually working on a couple strategies for myself, just for me directly, to see how producing how it works. I'm actually now going to just because everything I did was so far was organic. Now I'm going to work on paid advertising to see how far or how much more I can do in my business. So by doing that, I'm actually going to do the best I can, make a video for and present it on my channel, so people can see, okay, this is what I'm doing my stuff, and see how much results I'm getting at this certain price.
Right.
I can do the same thing for your business.
Exactly. And I'm looking forward to that. And don't forget to tell everybody what the name of your business is and what you guys are all about.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Hold on one second. Let me make sure everybody see that first. Yeah, so my company is called Reaching Out Consultants. And basically, I am the owner, but my specialty is being a customer acquisition, meaning I bring more customers to your business, bottom line, and help you bring more money for your business.
And that's what it's all about.
So the reason why I'm actually I joined this call today, L, is because, like you said this topic you talk about some of the best side hustles.
Right.
Well, my business as a digital consultant, it is a side hustle, but it can turn to a full-fledged business career for me because of the money that will come in for it.
Right.
And my thing is, with my business, I talk to the business owner, and I tailor make a strategy, either by paid advertising or by organic traffic to the business. We make it tailor made for them, so everything's all custom. But we bring back multiple results for each business, and by doing that, I definitely get paid quite handsomely for it.
I know that's right. And it seems like it's just continuously scaling every single day and whatnot. Especially the need for people like you is continuously it's a quadruple effect nowadays. To be honest with you, especially with do you think that the pandemic intensified the need for people to have the skill sets that you possess and the businesses that you possess?
Yes and no. And it actually humbled me a lot too, because during the pandemic, there were a few businesses that actually had it in my contract with them because of the fact that they were going out of business. Like I had to learn how to re-strategize my business to help re-strategize their business to keep it afloat. So This pandemic taught me a lot of things, not just for myself, because number one, my actual full-time job, I work from home full-time anyway.
Right.
But with my side hustle, my main business, I actually have to learn. I don't know more about my my clientele business to see
Right.
what else we can do to keep it maintained during the pandemic. Because, like I said, a lot of fitness centers, restaurants, even loan offices actually had to close down for a while, and they lost a lot of money in that time frame. And matter of fact, it's thank goodness we do live in Texas now, where everything basically opened up
Right.
to the public. So now they're some people starting to get some profit back, but we had to adjust it and strategize exactly what we need to do to not only bring more customers, more money into your business, but we had to make sure that whatever we do is going to keep going up. And if something like that ever happens again, you know what to do in the future.
Exactly. Everyone can take it as a lessons learned, because a lot of times people don't. I'm glad that you mentioned that. A lot of people have not mentioned. They don't mention enough how many businesses actually closed down permanently because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Or with the businesses that did stay open, a lot of them had to re-strategize and cut half their workforce.
They did. It's like, I mean, heck. Actually, here's one main franchise that had to adjust a little bit, and that was Chick-fil-A. They had to strategize a little bit because they actually the inside, at least down here, the inside is still closed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. At least the one that we go to, that's still closed. So they usually, so now the drive-through is open. That's always a double drive-through. So cars are always packed up. But now you got the employees of Chick-fil-A. They're outside. They got fans. They got water. They're keeping us so nice and cool,
right?
Hydrated while they're trying to serve people order, stuff like that. So then you got when you go to get your food, you got the employees outside handing you food directly. So just get it and go.
Wow.
So they had to adjust on that right there. But they at the inside is still closed. And I used to go to take my daughter inside so you go play in the ballroom. Stuff. But they closed that down, so that's one prime example. That one is just a national international franchise.
Yeah, basically.
So if they had to make certain changes, what makes you think small businesses don't make no changes? If they don't, they're out.
Basically, yeah. And you know, the funny thing is that you mentioned that. I just got finished watching this video on EY University. His brother from Philadelphia, how he runs event spaces basically. So he owns about 15 of different event spaces and whatnot. He's in our age group. He's always been a serial entrepreneur, but he said the only time he was shut down was the first 3 months during the pandemic. Once they loosened up the restrictions, after the first 3 months and whatnot, from last summer, all he did was cut down his events from 200 people to about 50 to 80 people and whatnot. And then he re-strategized on how he had to do the events in regards to when it came to, he used to have a cleaning team. Now he's like, no, if you're having an event, you're going to clean that place spotless to the way that place looked when you first went in there. He used to, in the beginning, when the economy first opened back up a little bit, he had an employee there doing the temperature checks. Now he put it in the actual contract. No, you're going to do the temperature checks. Your people are responsible for this. And if anything happens and you are liable for this, not only that, you will pay a fine and you will lose your security deposit all at the same time.
And that's smart.
Right. And he was able to quadruple his business because of that. And he even has what they call anchor churches and whatnot, where you have church groups that are not as big and whatnot as like a TD Jakes or anything of that nature. However, these churches, they actually go from event spot to event spot every single Sunday, or they just have a reoccurring contract at that one event space and whatnot every single Sunday, where he's able to, obviously he makes money off of them leasing or renting the space on a regular basis. And now with the economy opening up even more so, because basically everywhere for the most part is opened up at 80 to 100%, his business is continuously quadrupled and whatnot. And he's actually had to hire more people in order for him to keep his businesses at an effective space and whatnot. But he's learned the pandemic taught him how to automate the process instead of him being so hands-on. He says within the last year, he hasn't even been to one single event. And because it's gotten to that point, and now then obviously with technology, it's like, with the key space, he just uses the app on his phone and whatnot to change the combination. And then two, he looks at when there's actual event going on, he could just look at the cameras and whatnot if he just needs to check in to make sure everything is okay and copacetic and things of that nature. So it's been an adjustment for everybody at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean with my stuff, I'm actually now at the stage of hiring somebody to actually help me out to make things more automated for me, because right now I'm doing basically everything. But now I'm at the point, you know what? Let me go ahead, because I do have a full-time job anyway. Right. So I have a little money in my side business. Let me go ahead and figure I can at least hire a virtual assistant to handle some of my load, and let's see how that goes out. Because the one thing I also learned as well, and you probably tell this all the time, scary money don't make money. So and my thing was, because I overthink a lot of things, so I had to just let go and just do it and see what happens.
Gotcha.
Am I going to take a hit pocket money wise? Of course. Will I get it back? You bet.
Exactly.
Now I'm like, okay, let's see. Let me go try to interview some people, see what they can do, give them a couple of tasks, and give them let's say a 2-week trial period. They do good, the money will come in. If not, I give them let's say 75% of it. Like, okay, this is not going to work out, but I'm not going to leave you stranded. Here's 75% of the salary that we specify in the contract, in the agreement, and go on your way. And I start off from scratch.
That's the best way to do it, because everything's a trial and error, no matter what the situation may be. So, you work out the kinks and you go from there. Like you said, heck, great example with my real estate wholesale business. I automated the marketing campaign. Somebody else does it for me. Okay, because I got tired of doing that. And then obviously I do the ads and whatnot for my sales with Larry's Anything Goes. But the only hands-on I want is when it comes to me making my videos and when it comes to me purchasing specific properties. That's when I need to be jumping in, But even on that note, it's like, I'm learning to let certain things go because I don't have to control every single thing. Because like I have a job, and I can't be at 1,000 places at one time.
And by the way, congratulations on those deals you got with that auction you did, man. I'm proud of you for that one.
Oh yeah, brother, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's I'm just glad it was online. But yeah, that's definitely the future. It's like last Friday I was glued to this computer. I'm like, all right, we're gonna do this. So it's game time. So
now, did you get regular housing or multi-units?
These are actual just original houses and whatnot, because they're all row homes and whatnot. Because great example, DC, Philadelphia, and Baltimore, they all look the same, right? Mm-hmm. Outside of the Capitol buildings in DC, as far as the homes, the structures of the homes. In Reading, Pennsylvania, that's how all the homes look. It's just a smaller locale. Because Reading, Pennsylvania, and Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, that looks like a smaller version of Philadelphia, and it's all within an hour radius. But yeah, it's all 3 different homes, and I'm looking forward to participating next month in the Baltimore tax lien, so I can do the same thing. So, but yeah, that's definitely the game. So, and matter of fact, I'll be going up there next weekend to check the places out, because I'm still waiting on. Well, I'll go up there once I get the deed and the title. You know how long that takes, especially when you're dealing with a local government organization. But I'll leave it at that. But hey, man, I appreciate you chiming in, and I'm looking forward to seeing you and the family next month. You want to put your link in the chat room, and I will definitely post it.
Oh, yeah, give me 1 second. Let me do that right now.
It's nice to see Dennis enjoyed his birthday.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm waiting for the wedding date. That's all.
Oh yeah. It's like, well, I guess I'm not gonna say it online, but anyways. I was cracking jokes though at first, because I found out from Nicole, because she works at the liquor store. Yeah. And she told me about it. I almost had a heart attack in the liquor store. I was like, what?
Yeah, we did it. So I'm proud of him for that one. I'm waiting for that date so I can get my tickets to fly out there.
Yeah, I know that's right. Hey, it'll be a great, blessed event, and I'm happy for him and Christina. I know they're gonna continuously do great things together as a couple and whatnot. So,
oh yeah, no doubt.
But definitely, man, appreciate the love. Keep doing what you're doing down in good old San Antonio, and I will be heading down the next month to lose 5 pounds. And
you'll lose more than that, buddy. Gotta guarantee you that. Actually, you might gain some by the time you come there because the food is going to be good. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Places, man.
I don't disagree with that. I always gain weight when I go to Texas because Texas and California and Vegas. So because we're going to Vegas in August. But yeah, I'm definitely. I know I'm going to lose weight. Probably. Let's put it this way: I'll lose 5 pounds in Houston and 15 pounds in San Antonio. So you
have to gain all that back too. I guarantee you.
Hey, I'm looking forward to it. It's nothing like getting away, man. So.
Oh yes, sir.
All right, brother. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm proud of you. That's all I can say, man.
No doubt. Proud of you too, man. Thanks, brother.
No problem. Take care. All right, family. Always a pleasure to have my brother from another mother on. I'm glad to see Chris is doing well. Can't wait to go see him down in San Antonio next month. All my Texas folks in Houston, looking forward to seeing you. So if you've not done so, thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the subscriptions. Always greatly appreciated. As I always say, family, you have one life to live. You better start living it. You better start enjoying yourself. Love the people that you're around. Continuously to learn something new every day. I know I do. I'm not Mr. Know-It-All. What I learned, I try to put it out to the world, all right? So just take care. And as I always say, family, make money moves or you're going to live road like a fool. That's all I can say. Keep your circle positive or kick them out. Period. You can't make $5 moves with 2-cent people. You can't make $100 moves with $50 people. You can't make $1,000 moves with $100 people, and et cetera, and so forth. Can't put it any other way, family. All right, so take care. I'll see y'all later. Subscribe to my YouTube, like my Facebook, subscribe on the Instagram. All the information is in the description, and I'll see y'all later. And thanks again for the Cash Apps and the PayPals. I got some of those today, so thanks again, family. Peace.